Alright, what's going on, everybody? I'm Chris Rohde from National RV Detroit in Belleville, Michigan. Got some geese flying by. I'm going to do this walkthrough on this Jayco Talon. It's a 313T 2018 model, fifth wheel. You know me, I always like to start in the front. This one is pre-prepped for a lot of fun stuff. So if you want to install a generator, it's pre-wired for a generator in the front. You got your battery box and battery off to the right there, and then that red key is your battery disconnect switch. So turning that in the off position kills all the power to the RV. And then a lot of people use that as a toolbox. So put whatever you want inside there, or if you want to install a generator, we can do that for you. Moving around to the door side here, you got your propane tanks or tank. One on this side, you'll have one on the other side. Just be careful when removing this band, it's under a little bit of tension, and then you'll remove it to get them filled. Got some outlets. We always, as a convenience to the customer, we leave the panel off so you can gain access to your hot water tank to winterize or summerize. So that way you're not hunting for it when it comes springtime, okay? So you got your manual override for your electric, your front landing gear and your jacks. You got a light switch for the front cab. You got a puck light for the inside. You got a cable and satellite hookup and an outlet to plug in the television. Remember that this front storage compartment is heated. Alright, so it's got a 3-inch dump off the furnace heat in your front storage compartment. So you don't want to pile stuff up on top here when you're running your furnace. It'll block off that vent. Hot water tank. I like it. This is a 6-gallon hot water tank. You get 17.8 gallons of water per hour, running it on electric and gas, and then it breaks it down gas. You get 11.6 gallons of water, and then 6.2 on electric. It's electric and gas hot water tank. You always want to make sure you release the pressure inside the tank using your pressure release valve, which is this guy, before you remove the plug. It's winterized, so we always leave the plug out. You always want to make sure you remove the plug before, when you're done camping. You always want to empty it out. I give a little tip. Sometimes a customer maybe 20 years ago taught me to get a flea collar and cut it up, a couple flea collars for a cat or a dog, go to the dollar store and lay it inside here, and it keeps bugs from getting inside there and making a home, making a nest. Also in the back of your this is the back of your refrigerator. Also lay a couple of those flea collars inside here, and it prevents bugs from getting inside, making a nest. The smell, they add the propane, they love it. Bees, spiders, they love it. And what happens is they get inside the orifice of your hot water tank or your refrigerator, and they get spider webs in there, and you'll see soot, black smoke coming out when you try to light it. So helps prevent that. You got some Furion outside speakers. Your steps are pretty easy. They just fold up, right? We can install the new upgraded step if you like. We can do that for you. Goodyear tires. Electric awning goes out 8 feet. I'll show you where the button's at for that on the inside. You got your front landing gear, which are electric, and I'll show you the button for those. But they give you some rear stabilizer jacks. They're not leveling jacks, okay? So you'll just hit extend and it'll drop your 2 jacks. Now, excuse me, a lot of times one will move. You won't see them both move till one hits the ground. So once this guy hits the ground, just like on this case, that one hit, now that one's gonna go, and there it goes. Also, on the back side, your spare tire's up underneath the rear end there. Remember, it's not gonna take the tires off the ground, it's not gonna level the RV. The stabilizer, they stop the left to right, front to back wobbling inside your fifth wheel. With this setup, a fifth wheel kingpin tripod might come in handy to prevent any movement if it gets a little crazy for you. I like this, the way they do this one with these locks, so you can actually lock your tailgate. So you'll just flip that and move that out to the side. But I always stand here and put a little bit of pressure on here, so that way I got the gate. It's got some cables. A lot of people leave them connected, so that way when it comes down, it'll actually hold the door open. You can remove them. They put some D-rings on here, or some carabiner clips. But on this case, you'll pull these pins. These flip up. They got some little latches on here. But if you're going to use it as a ramp, you'll remove these clips, lift these sides up, and then drive your stuff on, or make the gate for your pet, or if your patio. Remember, don't exceed 2,000 pounds while suspended. All right, look that up, but don't exceed 2,000 pounds on the deck with the cables. And then I'll put it away. You always want to make sure the cables, like some people leave them on. I would leave them on. Some people take them off because they, when you lift the gate, they pinch. And you have to walk around if you're by yourself. Did that one go in? Yeah, see how it gets hung up sometimes, folks? So, and then just push in and it clips. That's why I like those. He's got one arm. You got your ladder, 300-pound weight limit on the ladder. Pin. Hold it up. Your fuel gauge and buttons on the inside. This is your fuel station right here for this 30-gallon fuel cell, and then this is a on and off switch right here for emergency. So if you're having an emergency issue to cut the fuel off to here, you got that right here. Emergency shut off switch. Swintech slide mechanism. Highly recommend getting a slide topper, especially when the snow's building up on top there. So that's something we can do for you if you're so interested in it. We can measure it and give you a price on it. You got a Swintech slide mechanism, so you got two motors, motor on each side. You always want to make sure your battery's in almost full or you're plugged in before you move your slide out. Because if you have low voltage and you try to operate your slide, one motor will get all the power and it'll cause the slide to go crooked. 50-amp power cord, detachable power cord, marine grade. I'm going to point in right there. You can see your dump station with your gray water valve, your black water valve, and that little white pitcock is your freshwater tank drain. And on this guy, they give you this fancy little kickstand for a universal docking center. Now be careful, I've broken plenty of these, all right? Just, oh, let's go, and broke it down. So they give you this little kickstand so the door stays open, but that's it right there. They're kind of giving you satellite 1, satellite 2, satellite 3. That's these guys right here. You have a quick connect for your outside shower or whatever you want to call it now. Hot and cold water. This is a light. Watch this. Ooh, that's cool, right? Yeah, and then this is your water pump button. So if you want to turn your water pump on while you're outside, but a quick little lesson, if you turn it on here and you go inside and you go to turn it on, you're actually turning it off. So keep that in mind. If you turn it on here, you don't need to go inside and turn the button on. It's already on. So this is your city water connection and freshwater tank fill. Make sense? So see where it says tank fill, city water? This little blue valve, tank fill station, you're hooked up here, it's filling your tank. You're gonna hook it to city water, you're gonna push it down, and then now you got constant pressure. If you're not gonna use your water pump, you'll have it in city, and you got constant pressure through your sink, shower, and toilet. And we'll shut off this bright light. This is your outside exhaust for your furnace. This is your other propane tank is right here, and then this is just the other side storage. This is a little hose we give you, and then a converter from 30 amps to 15 amps. So we give you a 50 amp power cord, then a 50 to 30, and then a 30 to 15. So you can plug in at home. Remember that jack handle I gave you? That goes there for the manual crank for your jacks, if you need to do that for some reason. Now real quick, this is to raise and lower your landing gear, and then this is a solar panel prep if you want to plug in a solar panel, and then you got a little docking light. After you folks, I'll get the door. Welcome home. So the door's on a shock. So coming in, right when you walk in, you're going to have your nice little setup. So starting from the top, working down again, this is a lot of money right here that it's saving you if you want to install a generator. So you got your generator start and stop. You got your fuel tank, your fuel station. This takes your awning in and out. This tells you how full your battery is. This tells you how full your freshwater tank is, black water tank, and then your grays, okay? And then I showed you where those were at on the side there. Ramp lights, that's on the rear. And then this is a cargo master, so it turns on all your cargo lights. This moves the slide room, and then you got your porch light, your awning light, and then your inside lights right here. Safety devices, you got your fire extinguisher right here. Smoke detector, or LP detector and carbon monoxide right there. And then smoke detector should be right up above Mike there. And the battery is right here, okay, for your smoke detector. You got your return feeder furnace is right here. This is your fuses and breakers. So you got your 110 breakers, 12 volt fuses. So if you have a 12 volt issue, you replace a fuse. If you have a 110 issue, you'll flip the breaker back. Thomas Paine furniture. Remember, it's going to be plugged in on both sides. You got these nice fancy little remotes to heat, light, massage. You can do all that. And then the recline, just so you know, they're in the center. You'll pull here to deploy. So they're all 3 recliners. You got some USB ports.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Make sure the propane's on here. Give me 1 second.
Alright, so they're just finishing up the filming part here. Just be a couple more minutes.
Customers are here. You guys are here, so I'm going to cut it a little short for you. And we'll send you the video, but to light your burners, just make sure you get propane on, turn it on. Give it a kick. But that's it. I'm Chris Rohde for National RV. If you have any questions, leave your question below and I'll answer it for you. Thank you.